So you're welcome. I'm quickly going to look at the market directions and, of course, certain opportunity you can take advantage of in the market. We all know that there are three dimensions I've talked about in cryptocurrency, financial market. Number one is you can invest in the market. Number two, you can go ahead and trade the market. And number three, you can market things in the market. Okay, so three dimensions. But I always tell us, no matter what you are doing in the market, understand that investing is the backbone of the market because it gives you leverage, to maximize opportunity therein, okay? And so I'm going to look at the market as a whole before I can show us one or two opportunity, both passive income strategy and at the same time, the robotic system of making money in the crypto space and the financial market as a whole. Okay, so as you all know, when it has to do with Plan B and our market update every Sunday, the first thing we look at is the DXY, which is the strength of activities about the financial market. You want to know what's happening. And I just quickly want to let you know, guys, that, the government, that's talking about the two major problems now, talking about the national debt in the US and then the increase in the national debt, I think every 10 months or something, how much it increases, by how many $1 trillion that increases, and then working on strategy to lower the interest rate, and of course, other things align the market. So there are so many indices that could tend the market to be other way and all the like. So let's quickly look at the DXY, which I've been telling us about for a very long time. And we saw when we got here and I told us we are actually breaking down and we have a very nice support here. Now, the implication of this had no too much effect any longer on crypto. Bitcoin have actually separated itself, but of course, they have some kind of indication. But as far as you are trading the Forex market and all of that, you still have a lot of things to do with DXY, especially when you are trading anything that has to do with dollar combinations and all of that. So now, what's the good side of this? Now, quickly look at it. This is 1 day time frame. Now, I look at DXY as it were, and then we have always called out that we're selling down massively all this while, and I told us this is the bottom of the bottom. Now, if we can get down here, now we're looking at ordinarily, we should have a kind of support here now to this point and to this point. So maybe what you should have this week, for instance, because this is the continuation, we should be looking at the market a little pullback and a continuation to this downslide. Now, a direct opposite is those of you who are trading Euro USD. I went back to monthly and I saw some activities of how the dimension of activities. Quickly, let me just take this guy over here. So this is a monthly time frame, and you can find out that we still have probably this would be a kind of nice bounce for us, right? That's to this 99.375 region. That would be a nice support for us. But if we break days, then that's going to be a very good activities for Euro USD, however. And then that means we're looking at 95, 96 region for DXY. And that means we still continue our journey for Euro USD and GBP USD. And of course, so Euro USD. But one of the things is that looking back at the monthly activities, that has formed a kind of channel. And of course, if you have been following our update every Sunday, you saw that we have been riding the Euro USD up and have a place I told you guys that I was expecting. So we've been on a kind of channel for, this is about how many years back? Since 2008. So it has been a kind of rejection point over and over and over here. So there's that likelihood too that we are close to that point now. And so if we are close to that point for Euro USD, then that could give an edge for a bounce. That's if we bounce. And for the first time after how many years that we have been in this channel, that's after how many years? This is 2008. This is 2009. This is 2011. This is 2014. And this is 2018. And these combined together 2020 and 2021 are together, like in a double top, as it were. Of course, this was last year, and then we're pulling off this point. So, but we have this point of rejection or to continue, and that's going to be very, very violent, and that will be a total pull of DXY, and then so we can have euro taking much lead again back up to this point, with about 1.22 over the year, probably till next year. So now, what am I looking at? So what I'm looking at is that if we can have DXY, all right, come down over here, all right, and get supported at this point, which ought to be, right, which ought to be, then we can, so you have to ask me, Felix, what should I do? Now, monitoring this guy, because at this point, it's okay, can I long Euro USD, unless those of you are just capping, okay? And then, so you're looking at supported here, and that's going to give me an edge to have a very good short, and for many days and several weeks, for a rejection over here, or a kind of fake out over here, and then start going back. Now, why do I do things on a long-term perspective? Because it gives you an edge and rest of mind to do what you want to do. Okay, so that's for Euro DXY, and okay, so many of us saw when I said that my target before was here and here for Euro USD when we have been on. If I've been following an update in Plan B, that you are a currency trader and all of that, you should have been in much money only following even Euro USD. And one of the first pairs I recommend for beginner trading Forex or currency market, it's usually Euro USD, and GBP, JPY a little bit more volatile than Euro USD, but whichever way, that could have an edge for people. Let me quickly look at that. Now, I'm going to go to gold with my lovely peers and all of that. So that the same thing we are having on GBP USD, which we saw almost the same direction. So we are here now, right? For GBP USD, coming over here. So at this point, which is critical, or less than if we're able to break up that, if you look at the monthly time frame too for GBP USD, you see that we're still extremely bullish now. So we're out of a channel over how many years? As 2007, 2008. So we are out of a channel to an extent, and then it's like we're having a kind of support here. Now, so if we get rejected back, so that's over here, 1.346, 1.34, or just like 1.35 region, then you should expect some kind of rejection there. And over a few days or few weeks, and that means you're still very bullish on GBP USD, as it were. And now if you have the rejection, but if we do not have, that means this continuation is still going to be going for several days and weeks, however, up and down, but telling you that you are still very bullish up to 1.722. That's going to be crazy. That's going to be crazy, I tell you. That's going to be crazy. And so that's exactly what we're looking at in GBP USD. So Euro USD, but please caution, if I'm even buying this week, for instance, GBP USD, you have to be cautioned to see when there's going to be a pullback lead to and the continuation of the DXY. And once we break this, that gives you an edge to make more money on GBP USD, Euro USD, until when DXY come to 95.234 or 96 region, as it were. You know, we've been monitoring this guy, you know, for more than how many months now. And that's the whole analogy, and especially at the market, and then talking about dropping interest rate, maybe they can print more money. And there's some politics that are going on now in the financial market that is not actually for a layman to understand. Like I told us, there's going to be melon manipulations. Now, for instance, recent thing that happened about arresting of the CEO of Telegram. You're going to see more of that, right? You're going to see more of that, you know, maybe some key players that are going to make things happen for a lot of crypto enthusiasts or, you know, independent business guys in the internet. You're going to have a lot of, you know, a kind of intimidations and propaganda more, you know, for market and all of that. So, so be ready. You're going to have more of that. Perhaps when you arrest, there are things I cannot see online. So So that's why I tell us from day one, you cannot do well in this space if you do not understand the financial mathematics and the politics in the financial market, the politics, over everything, politics of policies and policies of politics. And so that will give you an edge. Now, it's good to know technical knowledge, but if you are not at the macro level, I'm sorry for you, except you're just like playing the game of little in between and all of that. So the big deal is in the long-term visions of seeing like I've told you guys, I've seen this from day one, and that was why I told everybody who probably trading GBP, USD, and all of that to find their way up and all of that. So you're looking at gold. So gold, what do you expect? Of course, gold, I told us we have a very nice support that gold got in. Even if gold is going to come down, that means you have flipped all these points, all this Y. So you have a kind of sub-support that you have on gold. Look at it. I'm sure every of you can see very clearly, even taking the week or probably just in, yeah, here. Okay, so if you take it as a kind of region or zone, you have something like this. I just still love gold, right? See, just a season for you, especially those of those who trade. Okay, so you can have gold, very nice support. It is right for gold. So that means I've told us that my target on gold subsequently, yeah, it doesn't matter. We can have a pullback, as it were. Was that first? Yeah, so 1.232530, and then perhaps to 2575, 258 something to manageably 2597, 2598, all of that. So, but you can see the pumpamental action. You know how long I've been following gold, and I've been telling us how we got very, very powerful support all this here. We expect, like, if you're going to correct back here, but we have a very nice support here, to have another support here, to have another support here. But eventually we have this resistance and it got bounce here. This is several bounce, and then we have a kind of different market structure and having a kind of uptrend and gold continue to go. Now, perspective. Drawing the perspective is that you must see market in a very larger or a broader perspective. Then you can play in between, just like what the SMC trader will talk about, external, internal structure. Before you complicate issues for yourself, understand the basics and the fundamentals and all of that. So for gold, you can see that was a nice bounce. If you were following the update and all of that, we have a nice bounce and a stop or a kind of close above this range, and that was a very nice one. So the worst that could happen if, of course, which I'm not saying, if the DSY pull back a little, you could find a kind of little back. All right, and then continuation, or we go up here, 2534, yeah, 2534, and they kind of reversal, and then boom, then so definitely this week you are still kind of very bullish on gold as it were. So let's go to our chairman, let's go to Bitcoin. Now, I told us, and I said some things about first rejection, second rejection, and third rejection for Bitcoin. Now, listen. Now, remember I said the game of interest on crypto is higher than you ever thought. Why? Because it's on that note I've been warning many of us not to be carried away by the dollar value, but to look at how many volume. As much as anything the world can do, or few guys in the world can do, they will have to try as much as possible to make sure that your hand are shake off of the volume of Bitcoin you have. Okay? So the volume of Bitcoin you have, I'm not going to be surprised if the manipulation continue for you to waste it off, and then until you have no volume of Bitcoin any longer. And then remember, so looking at Bitcoin, you see that we are actually at a rejection point, right? Even before this point. These have been point and point and point we've been respecting and then pulling back. I was sharing with some of us on the inner forum, like private mentorship and all of that. I said, look out for all of this, and I'm not going to miss out of this. Now, please take note. We saw that this is 70K region, right? Over here. Okay, that should be almost a third point. Now, until we flip out of that 70K and then retested then we now have the 73K to battle with. So it doesn't matter if we cross above $70,000. That doesn't mean we're going parabolic after that. All right. That means we still have to contend with 73,000. However, at that point, if we can flip that, we'll now start doing another sideways. Remember, post what do we call post halving? Normally, Bitcoin ought to have a kind of parabolic move after like 6 months after the halving, but of course we'll not have that as such. So give and take. That was why I told you guys since June that we're going to be having a kind of sideways movement, boring market activities throughout the month of October, November, right? So for me, yeah, it was a little bit scary because there were certain signs and there were certain indicators I normally use for the past since 2014 and of Bitcoin when it started behaving that way. Many of you, I told you guys when Bitcoin got rejected at that 73, the second time that was here, and I said, hey, you know what? Market is not good. And I told us month of June was going to be very terrible. And that's exactly what happened. We moved down here. And then, so we're having similar thing here, but we just need to flip this today. That's closing today and entering tomorrow, Monday. And then we can now be ranging with this. Temporarily, we're bullish, all right? But mid-time, we get a lot of rejection ahead of time. So ahead of this, if we get this rejection nicely rejected, just similar to this, well, that's going to be massive, all right? And then we can sell down probably back to this region 64 or 62, but of course, very, very certainly maybe 59,000, which is a very solid point of bounce. Then that would be a good one. So I know what to do. Looking out for Bitcoin, probably rejection this week. And then if we get rejected nicely, fine. Either here, the first 2, 3, 4 point. And there are things I will look out for me to confirm the rejection. But all right, that's what it is, right? As much as possible. Now, the Solana, as it were, still look more bullish, right? To cross over back to $189 and all of that. But we have to be careful, though, because Solana, I think after is it Brazil ETF of a thing that created some kind of panorama and Solana before start taking a move. I think last week or 2 days ago or 3 days ago, I was saying Solana was bullish, just like PopCat was bullish and all of that. So for Solana, you just have this place to contend with. That's $163, and then we can now move boom to about 189. So that just means this week you should look out for Solana actually breaking out. So I'm looking at Solana breaking out about 165. Then we can have a nice ride up to 180 something dollars, as it were. So these are coins probably you want to look at. Now there's a new kind of grayscale, right? Taking this guy Avas. I was about 5 days ago or something. And you probably must have seen that Avas was pumping at a point. And that was a very nice recovery for Avas because ETF stuff by Grayscale actually was now. So you can see Avas. So looking at Avas to actually break out of this point. And Avas had been trying because Avas came down to probably as low as $17. And there you are now about $26 and all of that. So it's not a bad deal, right? So looking at Avas, so you want to have a break and retest of this channel that Avas have been struggling with for the past since April, right? Yeah, stuff like that. Since April, Avas have been struggling within this channel since April. And then if you can break that now, retest this week, probably break up to $28 and retest back to 26 point something. Then we can have Avas up to about, again, taking the journey to about $40, $40 to $48, $49 as it were. That's going to be a very nice one. There's a lot of activities on Avas, but probably I just have to find some fantastic sign of at least above $28, $29, then can have a right to 40, 41 or $48 as it were. So we probably want to look at Avas. For of course, whatever happened to Avas is going to have a kind of positive influence on those meme coin within Avas, which you have to have look at Kokinu, Kimbo Inu, Tech, No Chill, Gecko Inu, all right? So stuff like that, all of those tokens I've just mentioned, you probably want to pay attention to them because if Avas is going to have a very sweet move, then I probably will want to be buying more of Cock, Kimbo, Tech, No Chill, or Gek. Okay, those guys, Gek, right? That's Gecko or something like that. Okay. So if I can't find it here, you can find Kimbo. So if I were you, I would write them down anyway. But remember, what I'm saying is not the financial advice. You're not taking your personal decisions. So for me, I only can share what I do to you sometime and not compelling you to do what I do because I will tell you, you do not need to become a victim of someone's ideology or philosophy, not even Felix. So, but of course, you need to be careful of people who you actually follow, listen to sometime because we could have more subjective information most time. And then if you do not know what you want, you become victim of someone's ideology. So that means Kimbo, if all things be equal, which everything can never be equal. So that means I can do average of 100% or let's say 50% and above. But all this still depend on the activities of Bitcoin this week. Why I'm showing you all of this is that I probably will have to look for other coins that have potential to give me maybe 20, 30, 40%, probably within 1 week or two, than buying Bitcoin. Okay, so you don't have business with Bitcoin. All business you have with Bitcoin is to look at, okay, Bitcoin, what do you want to do now? All right, are you positive? And to an extent, are looking positive. So I say no chill, right? I'm doing this because all of you said you understand what you are doing, and because so we assume that we don't have people who are confused or what to do. So no chill, Cocky, no Kimbo. Tech, I think Tech should be on the deck stream round if you can navigate that. So that's gonna be, so this is no chill. So that means no chill to can do massively if first of all, Bitcoin is able to break above and continue a move up, and then Avas. So should I buy Avas? So those of you who do like future trading, you probably want to long when you got the confirmation, but all of this one probably want to buy them in spot and then ride up probably to maybe up to this. Wow, that's going to be massive. So you can do average of 50 to 80 on up to 200% if all things being equal, but understand everything will never be equal. So that you need to know that everything will never be equal, as it were. So that's one of the things you will need to understand, when it has to do with this guy. So 50 up to 100 or 150% is very possible for that if others could do what it's doing. So let's look at Popcard. That's my lovely coin of the year. I will tell you seriously, because those of you who have been on the paid group, private mentorship and all that, you understand that every time I talk about Popcard. Now, this is the thing. Most time people are looking for the coin that is popular in terms of, oh, I'm trading Bitcoin. That's not my business. My business is that this coin is trending at a given time and is printing a lot of volume, and then you're going to make the money because the opportunity in most of the coin will not be available. Many of you knew that this is one of the coin that in our community, even paid on paid group, we have access to it on early. And that's one of the things you need to understand. So when coin come to this point, you are trading it. But some of us buy coin as an investor, not traders, okay? Now, so look at it. Many of you bought into this coin at probably, look at the record trading view is going to give to you 10 cents, 9 cents. But we bought it at penny, all right? So, and I know that was last year, December, when we bought into this guy, call it for me, Popcat. But you can still see that the guy was given so much opportunity that people could make a lot of money. In fact, at the point I make recommendation for Popcat, Mew, Wen, Bunk, right? Yeah, all of this one that people should pay attention to in trading them, both on futures and then the sport, so that you can make more money rather than those other ones you probably want to pay attention to. You can see the activity it has been doing. So Bunk equally too did well, all right, for a number of people actually following Bunk, as it were, so, but of course, Bunk, I think Bunk, I saw it was doing a kind of, let me look at it here. So crypto is sweet, right? If you're actually settled, okay, don't need to. So let's look at Bonk. Where is you? Where is you? Where is you? Bonk. Okay, let me see Bonk here. Okay, so Bonk is actually below a weekly key level, and so that's things are not too healthy for Bonk, as it were. Let me look at daily time frame for Bonk, or 4 hours. All right. Yeah, so I think the momentum of Bonk, yeah, okay, still trending anyway, but it's actually below the weekly time frame. So the weekly key level, and that also was rejected there. Bonk had tried, but I'm sure I would rather want to go for other ones. Like I've said, if the narrative of Avas come to play, then that's going to make more sense for me. Okay. That's going to make more sense for me for Avas activities. So you can see, so most time, you don't need too many coins. And I told you guys that now structurally, Avas was doing what it was doing as if no hope for Avas. But the moment Grayscale, that's about a few days back, I will check the new. Now, Avas got responded to. And so you can imagine if you're the type that pay attention to fundamental of the crypto, that's about 32%. So even if you are trading future and you long Avas since that time with 5x, so 32% or 30% multiplied by 5, that's be, or how many percent? 150% as it were. And that's one of the things. And that's why I say every tools or every financial instrument or tools are actually vehicle or financial freedom. And so they're financial vehicles or investment vehicle to achieve financial freedom. So you can see PopCat is extremely bullish. And of course, I'm not going to be surprised to see PopCat actually jump out at 90 cents and probably go back to the $1 it was before. That if Bitcoin is going to be doing what we expect it to do this week, then there's nothing stopping PopCat to hit $1 again. And once you do that and break the previous time or time high at that $1 something, that's going to be crazy. And so you can see why I love PopCat and all of that. Now, one of the lovely things, I was doing an experiment for people's training, maybe because of, okay, let's look at it. I was doing a kind of experiment for training on Bybit. So if you are not using Bybit, I've been saying it out without number that because of tools available on Bybit, I think it's going to be expedient for you to use Bybit, going forward, because you can leverage on so many things. So very quickly again, I sent some token to us. The narrative on the Tron protocol. Another thing I'm sensing, I'm not going to be surprised anyway, that has been the style. I'm not going to be surprised to start seeing a kind of attack or propaganda against Justin Sun anytime soon. I'm not going to be surprised because the narrative continues very massively. People are going to make insane money, and I'm going to see a lot of attack on him. And then if that happens, probably they want to now get fined so that he will have to release plenty money as a fine. So don't say I tell you this anyway. Don't say I tell you this. I'm not predicting evil for the guy, but that's anything about all of this guy's attack on crypto. So not even that individual as it were. Just like the arrest of CEO of so immediately when that thing happens, what happened to Tone token? There was a massive drop, but that drop didn't affect me anyway because how can I be affected on a token you bought at less than or at around 50 cents, and then because of one propaganda or the other arrest of so yada yada, then push the coin drastically down. You can see that's what will have the massive drop after the announcement and all of that. So and then quickly you have this kind of, but it's still not too healthy for the guy. But of course, token you bought less than $1, or some of you who bought late at about $2. I remember talking last about this token at $2. So if you are be truthful, you know that I talked about it when it was $2, and I talked not much again about it because this is another giant protocol that's going to do a lot of exploit. So I'm not surprised to see the kind of activities around, maybe manipulation. So now going back, I remember I twisted to some of us that the Sun protocol, amazing things happening because of Sun Pump, right? Activities, the narrative on the Tron protocol is massive. Now, one of the things if you were listening to me, one of the things you must make you understand, when you are in crypto is to understand what we call pumpamental activities. All right, pumpamental activities and narrative trading. I do a lot of narrative trading because it gives you an urge to make money with less stress and less technical. So you don't need to be over technical to make money in crypto. If anyone tells you what Feli is saying is wrong, tell the person that you should go and ask and make inquiry about the people that are making insane money in crypto don't even have so much technical knowledge. Now, I'm not saying you should not be technically inclined, but you understand if you are too much, there's a way you push yourself around and I'm thinking that, oh, because I have so much technical knowledge and that's why I'm making a lot of money. That's not true. Now, yeah, like I was listening to one person today. It's like, what kind of talk is this person talking? He said something. I listened to. So he said something. He said, "Oh, okay, if you think that person you have so much knowledge should make a lot of money, why is it that after professor have studied so hard, he still carry the certificate looking for a job? Why do you think that people will study so hard just to get a job and then still use the certificate to apply under somebody? So it's not about the knowledge, all right? It's about the fervency, readiness to move and all of that. So, and one of the narrative, because why I'm telling us all of this is this, crypto is still very unstructured, and then you make money unstructurally. So if you are over-structured, I can tell you make nothing in crypto. That's the truth. So there's a trend and event of activities that give you narrative, and people make a lot of money before the structure are formed. And you can see the wave of like Shiba Inu that time. People make insane money in Shiba Inu, all right? Then if you are trading Shiba Inu, there's no amount of technical knowledge you have in trading Shiba Inu that will have made money with people that make it through an unstructured system. All right. So we saw a lot of narrative tokens. Even this one now, Sun Pepper. Sun Pepper was launched, I think, a few days ago. And then it has done massive things. Forget about this 460 point something percent that you're seeing here. But I remember telling some of us, I even still reposted it. I said, these guys are still taking some moves, Sun Cat, Sun Dog, that when it dropped, I think it dropped to, when it dropped to about, let's look at it, okay. It dropped and this zero was taken away and it went to 7, right? And that was a very massive one. And I think I remember telling, I twisted and I posted, I said, okay, now those of you who don't buy, it's an opportunity for you to buy. Of course, not a financial advice, all right? That at that time, this price, forget this thing. So this price was, the percentage here was about 400 and something percent. So that means you have 400 and something percent to about 500%. And then return back to 1,000% already now from this low price, right? Now, so because that's the narrative. So every token or most of meme coin on Tron protocol is very, very crazy. Very, very crazy. So if you missed out of the narrative activities on Tron protocol, I'm sorry. I don't know. And how long will this one last? Who knows? Maybe to the end of this year or probably even ending till entering to next year. So what you can tell yourself is that, what can I do? What best strategy can I apply right now to make a lot of money on Tron protocol? So the meme coin is massive and people are making a lot of money. So we talked about the Sun Dog, Sun Cat, and other things. So you can go and research your own to check, probably on Dextool. And then Deskrina was not having Tron protocol before. I think I made the announcement previously about a few days back that a Tron protocol was already added. All right. Who sent this to me? Samuel, if you are listening, I'm sure I was telling you that this have a potential, although I've not gone to see some of the hype and narrative by the community or developers, but I just saw the structure that it has some potential after the dump and then start making a very slow and steady move. All right. So because at the time I checked it, please, I'm not doing analysis, I'm sorry. Just to like tell you that the biggest narrative place you can go to now is on the Tron protocol, targeting the meme coins and all the like. Okay, so this guy could do about, so it's already jumping up because when he told me, I saw maybe if you did this, but we have to be careful because this like kind of, if you check the technical activities of it now. So when it was telling me, I was checking that, okay, that's a potential 50% from that time. That was a very good one. Okay. After the channel breakout and then the continuation. So now why I'm showing all of this is that crypto, you make insane money, not from trading per se, right? Because the opportunity in crypto, money making is bigger on spotting out good coins early time. So that means the best way of making money in crypto more now is risking more into, new coin, opportunity coins and all of that. You can imagine how many billionaires have been made on Tron within this just short period that meme coin on Tron just came out. Now let me quickly go. Remember, we said 3 ways to make money in crypto, or just like a digital environment. Number one is investing, that buy into some tokens, and then number two is trading, and number three is marketing. Now, let me take you to Bybit. I said Bybit have a lot of tools that you can leverage on. So those of you who are looking for passive income, we have mentioned a lot of stuff on strategy to make passive income in the crypto space. And now Bybit is one of the massive places where you can make passive income. So you have go to earn, you have Bybit saving, you have liquidity, right? So these are permutation anyway. And so, but just to say, okay, how is happening on the decentralized platform, then we can equally do that. Now, I will tell you guys that it's opportunity bound. You can see now this was about 30-something% when it got started. Now it has reduced to 10%. So another day you can come, it can reduce to 1%. So when I tell many persons about this space, it's about timing. You have to be very, very, very smart, just like the children of Issachar. They understand, time and season. Now look at Solana and all of that. Look at this, NEAR protocol and USDT. Now, if you go to NEAR has been a token that we bought many years back. We even stake it on a particular wallet. I think few of me and my usual. Now, okay, look at a massive dump of tone. Now, see what they have done here to tell you that, okay, don't worry, whatever massive done they are doing on tone USDT within this period, this percentage could stay for maybe just like 1 week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, up to 1 month, and most probably reduce to 150%. But you can imagine what you have done. So when it has to do with this place, it's about opportunity, all right? Because it's not yet totally structured, but you have to be informed and then taking informed decision and now know how to follow some kind of activities on it and all of that. So Bybit, you can do earn, savings and all of that. The other one, you have all of these assets, smart leverage. These are fantastic concepts that can make a lot of money. Another thing, like I kept telling everybody, trading both on Bybit is crazy. And another thing I told us again on Bybit is the aspect of copy trading. I did mention it. There was a video I did. I don't know how many of you have watched it. When I did a full episode, there's a PDF file I sent and I put all of those things there. I probably will come up with it. Now you can do what we call copy trading on, let's go here. Copy trading. So that's the first option here. Now you can do copy trading. Yeah. So whereby you follow some persons, it's working, not a gimmicks, it's not a hype and all of that. In fact, there's nothing you are looking for in terms of crypto, boat trading and all of that you cannot find on Bybit. And now look at this guy. Oh wow, this guy has come again. This guy is always topping at a point. Now, this is like a copy trade, and that's why I monitor some guys, right? Wow, this is crazy. This guy is having about 849 followers, and then about 18 trading days, 18 days of trading, all right? And then you can see, now one of the things you need to understand is that sometimes if I'm following and look at somebody, look at it, there was negative this day, not much money made and all of that. For the past 80 days, I've been trading. So let's look at it. Let me go back to 30 days, right? So imagine imagine 1, 2, this is 1, 2, 3, 4 for the past 30 days. So you'll be grumbling, oh, I always tell people it's not about the daily, it's about the overall. So you have to be conscious of overall, not about the daily. In fact, there was a guy I saw, so look at it now. So this is 30 days, right? Look at it, flat or true, and now here you have within this. So you can be telling, oh my God, this is not happening and all of that. So look at the guy. So 30 days, look at it. And so let's look at the followers, the performance of the followers by this. So we have this guy that I followed for just 2 days. I've done 79%. That's crazy, right? Now, there's another person that probably will have followed the other time, and the guy was not even picking any trade. Because some of you will be on maybe Signal Forum. Oh, no Signal come today. No, it's about strategic targeting. You can be targeting a particular instrument for how many days, 1 week, 2 weeks, and all of that. When you're going to strike, can cover all the time you've been waiting. Now look at another guy, 2 days, and has done, depending on when he come in to copy this guy, about 123%. They're not the one recording it. The algorithm is recording as the trading is happening. 120 days, right? 117% in 4 days, 114% days, and all of that. Look at this. So people are copying. Okay, look at this guy. Okay, so what's putting in 1,300, 1,000 something. There's some of those guys that you see, the kind of people are following them and all of that. So you do not have any complaint of not making money in the crypto, all right, or in online. So there's so many opportunity that you don't even need to be afraid unnecessarily, of course, but now knowledge of how it works and how to go about, time to get in, to follow some persons, time to opt out, are those things you actually need. And you just see yourself making money, right? You just see yourself making money and all of that. Okay, let's look at this guy. Just a guy I saw, and then okay, so this one does not have followers. Maybe others have followed and have not taken trade, or the time they just enter the trade have not been taken, as it were, and all of that. Now the trading boats, so there are a whole lot of instruments, in the, now if you look at it, so example, I did the example of a trading boat with some persons the other time, and I used like Popcat as an example. I look at Popcat is saying this boat I've traded for about how many days? About 13 days, right? And what you have, it has done 115 successful, profitable trade entry. And now, if you look at it here, let's look at it. You are not paying for the boat, is free, okay? Now, so there's no excuse. How much did I use to do experiment here? Just $50, guys. And now it's trading, and total profit has generated is about $17.92. Right. Now, so you look at it. So if you look at the whole story, and then a little drop of water, making average of 15 cents every of a successful trade. And you see some buy order. There are so many buy order that have not been executed, all right? And then it continues. So you can see the huge story. I've been trading. You're not paying for this boat, guys. You are not paying for it. It's free, all right? The only difference is that's why I tell people, be in a place where you have access to vital information, and then it's going to help you. The only thing you need to have an idea about is about tokens that have potentials, and then when the token is making a lot of wave, I can just engage it and all that. Look at order it placed now here. And there's a way I set this boat again. If I don't want it to continue to trade, I go to the advanced, right? And I put it in, I go to the advance of the boat, and I go ahead and put it on the, what do we call it? There's a place. Come on, where are you? Boat. Okay, yeah. Position. You position. All right. Where is it? Ah. Okay, I think that this boat is going to be opting out anytime soon. I wouldn't have time for that now, but showing you where you can adjust the what's it called? Can adjust the range of the market, all right? I can adjust the range of the market, saying, you know what? I just want you to get, when the market is off this point, I put the range, take profit, stop loss, meaning if the market is going to be crashing down, just cut off from the market, terminate the boat automatically. I do that. And then if it's going to drop below this, terminate it automatically. And so, and I think what I put was, because the range of a trade, it actually, if you look at the range of the trade, like, is it here? Where is it here? Where are you? Let's look at position. We could see the range. History. The range is 88 and 39. What are these? Where are you? Where are you? I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you. Look at it here. 39.88, and look at it. And I say, hey, okay, it's a liquidation. All right. So it's gonna be trading like that anyway. It's gonna be trading like that. No, legs, I can adjust my range over time. When I see the market is consolidating within a range, I can adjust it. That's one of the lovely things I do here. All right. So, and I say, you know what? Put the stop loss, set the stop loss, 180, 88 or 89 rather, 89, and then take profit. 89 take profit, and why stop loss at 39, 38 point something, and all of that. So, but you can see, so when I like, if it has traded and make a lot of money, maybe up to $20, right? This is $50. So up to $20, I can come here, terminate all of those order that been placed here, all of those order that's been placed here, they'll not be executed. So once I stop the boat, it will stop them, because like all this money now and my money it engaged to trade. All this one now, those are the ones it has bought and to sell. Now I can calculate if I'm stopping out of this guy now. So how many position ready to be sold? Can see that's why the highest is set here is 88. That's 8. So I can project 88 times. Oh, that's 8 multiplied by average profit I was making. So I can envisage average profit I was making on one sell is 15 cents. So 0.155. So 155, something like that. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, multiply by 8. Okay. So that's about 1 point something dollars. So let's just say multiply by 2, because depending on where you bought them from, right? So let me just multiply by 2. So let's say I'm going to $2.48. So if I terminate this boat right now, so what's going to happen? The profit I'm having right now is about $17.92. So take that 2 point something. That means I will still have average of, so 2 point something dollars minus these, I'll still have average of $15 as my profit, net profit, as it were. So ladies and gentlemen, so that's how you can make a lot of money in this space. I've told you 3 major ways investing, and that's why we showed you about Radium, how you can stake on Radium. I'm not going to go through that now because I'm shutting down right now, Aerodrome and all of that. Then we'll talk about what? Tron lending. And there's something I was telling somebody yesterday. I said, time's going to come. The profit you are making as a return on Tron now, you probably will not make it. And many of us observe it now. The kind of profit you start making before, you are not making it again. So a time will come, not only the volume we are now making, about maybe you stake like 50,000 and every day you are having 500 and something. Time is going to come, you're going to reduce to, let's say, 150, and you will still appreciate it. And then as time is going to come, the percentage itself will drop drastically. Maybe what you are making in a month will what will be available for the whole year. So that's why there's something I said here when I was talking about the markets. There's something I said here. What is it? Look at this, number 5. Act with speed, especially on farming, staking, and new opportunity. Right? So now quickly, I'll go back here. So we talked about the drone link lending, and then we talked about Ubi. I know I sent this, I sent the link, everybody register, no matter how it is, buy some of Ubitex token. And then, and I said again, if you have up to $100, stake on their platform, and that the Ubitex token is 1.4 for something. I remember when I sent this was less than $1, and I told us I bought when it was 75 cents. And the person who actually told me about it actually bought when it was range of 10 cents to 20 cents and all of that. My sentiment when I'm buying into any opportunity and it has a coin, I will always buy. 2 things I did here was to buy on the platform and at the same time buy on MX Global. And so that will be there. Now, so if I buy and the market eventually, maybe this coin get to like $2 or $3, and I see the money I use in buying have done like ×2 or ×3, I can say half of it and take the money again to another investment. And that's one of the things you can now see it was in consonance. It was in consonance with what I say here. Look at it here. Look at it, everybody. What I say here was this, very simple. Take some profit that can cover your initial capital. That's not, spread your profit into more potential yield. And that's one of the beautiful things you probably will learn, taking opportunity in this space. Okay, so the UBTEX and Kubit, I wouldn't go through on them. Now, lastly, I want to show you something, and it's going to amaze you. So there's something we're working on. Of course, these are our courses, what to do. If you come to Plan B, you have access to the free Telegram group, which is the cash flow system, and the WhatsApp group. Of course, we were using the Telegram, the WhatsApp before was made available, everybody could chat. And I'm sorry, I have to block it because there was so many nonsense that start happening on the group. Human beings were very funny. Okay. You say man is more deceitful than other things. And that's why further say the heart of man is desperately wicked. Who can know? And so there are a whole lot of things. And so we said a place there is no law is a state of anarchy. And it's a state of anarchy is where everything goes. And where everything goes, anything can happen. And where anything can happen, it's a very generating environment. And that's why we have to set a limit. And of course, after all, what we're looking for in Plan B is about information, instruction, and action. And so it's not about noise. And I want to put to you, in our group, there are beautiful, wonderful people, gallant people, serious-minded people who are there. They're not noise maker. They're doing a whole lot of exploit. And that's why we encourage people, when you're on Plan B group, respect yourself, because respect is reciprocal, and you're in a public place, so you don't just, you have to maintain decorum, and that's one of the beautiful things. And now, so what's going to happen is that we have developed a kind of what we call Plan B Express Trading Solution Center. And what's that? You want to trade Forex, you want to trade synthetic, you want to trade future trading, you want to trade spot trading. This is what you're going to do. Number one, of course, you learn simple thing you can trade manually by yourself. Now, those of you who are trading Forex, you know that we always have an account with a prop firm called 10Trade. So you can register on 10Trade. Now, this is the opportunity for you. You can register on 10Trade. Maybe you're complaining of not have money. Funded account of $3,000 in 10Trade, I think it's going to cost you $100. If I'm not mistaken. So $3,000 instant funding account in 10Trade will cost you $100. So that means what I can say is that the money you can do anyhow there to be $270 if I'm not mistaken. I can know 9% of $3,000 should be how much? Let's quickly look at it. 9%. So $3,000 multiplied by 9%, 0.09, yeah. That should be $270. So that means you're giving $3,000, but in the real sense, you're going to be applying what we call risk management of $270. So that means they're saying, hey, if you blow your $100, you still have money up to $170 you can be trading with inside that $3,000. So this is going to cost you just $100. And then challenge account, I don't know how much it costs, but I can't really remember. I know just it costs little money anyway. And then you buy challenge account $10,000. So if you want to know more detail about this, so once you do that, you have access. So we'll give you access to our basic Forex platform, so where you can get access to basic, how to put it through and how you can go about. And again, with that, you can have access to some interval signals and direction. So we just want everybody to help and make money. Now, secondly, we have another solution. We have a kind of partner with. It's called My Daily Choice. So you can access what we call Arcas X on that platform. So many of you must have heard about Arcas X. A promo just finished now, but of course, that the promo finished does not mean that you don't continue using it. And then the Arcas X, why I call this one $374 is that this cut across, it gives you access to the My Daily Choice. And this one of the wonderful solution I just got in contact with. Why? This solution is that, so when you do this, of course, there's monthly payment you need to make, but there's a way if you seriously, now you're going to have access with this. Now you can have access to $25,000 challenge account, right? $25,000 challenge account. And then So, and which means about $140 something there cover your copy trade, trade alerts, directions, scanner, and everything for 1 month. And now what we expect you to do, you can take your time for this 1 month to follow through all the guide and signals and copy what they call it tap to trade. So it's not a copy trade you think like. Now tap to trade means that it popped up, you accept, and then you just allow and you follow the trade, you make money and all of that. So we'll say, okay, if you follow this, you can pass your challenge maybe 1 month or less than 1 month or depending, and then you continue to make your money. Okay, so that's one. Now, if you want to trade on synthetics, so we use the Reef platform. So the Reef platform, what we expect you to do, use our link, right? Fund with minimum of $200. We're going to put you on the basic, Plan B basic, the Reef platform. Then you can have access to basic training and have access to some interval signal. But please take note, we don't just give signal anyhow. We direct you and give you trade ideas. And so can work together, then you can help yourself to make money. The whole essence of this, that when you are doing this, you have access to buy some tokens and build your portfolio and all of that. Then futures, the same thing. Now, what we recommend, the exchange we use, CoinW, Bybit, or MS Global, or Primes XBT. So any of these, you can register the one that pleases you, but want you to have minimum fund of $200 there that will direct you. Now, why do you say $200? You can start trading with $10, with $20. I mentor people that start trading with $20, $30, $15. In fact, I mentor somebody who start trading with, was it $5 at a point? And then he pushed that money up to about $130. That's where he now pick money to buy other coins. And now he's very fine and he's doing well. All right. Then spot is going to be CoinW, Bybit, and MX Global. And then, of course, minimum we want you to fund is $200. So these are solutions we're providing, and we'll try to see where we're able to cement these. Then we are taking off fully, making so much activities from the month of September. So if you're out there, you want to take advantage of all of this. Of course, outside this, we have our training platform, the Trading Academy, and then what to pay to be part of it. And then you want to be on private mentorship. That costs you $5,000 lifetime access and all of those things. That's where to build portfolio and all of that. So ladies and gentlemen, I think this should be enough for you. And then I've told you all of those coins, Sun Card, Sun Dog, Sun everything. In fact, there's a Sun, this other guy, I think it pumped very crazily. Let me look at it. If it has done, maybe you can find a way to buy. But I'm sure some of us who were on the group, not only on paid group, on general group, you probably should have bought Sun Card. You know, it actually went to 2 cent plus before it came down. And I knew when it came down was still going to pump and all of that. There's a Sun, is it Sun Wukong something? You know, these are, yeah, this guy pumped crazily. Oh, that's good. So, okay, yeah. I'm not asking you to buy, so, but if you can find your time around it, you can look for it to get it bought and all of that. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's crypto for you. So, passive income is not an illusion in crypto. And in Plan B, we show you different opportunity. We just showed you how to make passive income on Radium. We just showed you how to make passive income on, what's it called? On Tron lending. So I'm not going to detail all of that. I've done a video, right? I've done a video on that. If you go to platform, both on Telegram, I sent a PDF or a work document, a Word document that contain all of those subject matter. And then you can watch some short video that shows you how to participate on all of those things, and they were fully written there, and then you can follow up. And then lastly, congratulations to those of you who took advantage of the promo that just ended on my daily choice in combination or in conjunction with Aka's X. So that's a lovely opportunity. And so get ready from this week. And all of you, I know a lot of you have started trading, and then you have seen the importance of the platform. So get ready, as we're doing a whole lot of things this week going forward. And congratulations, you're welcome. So you have any question, quickly, you can just put up your hands, and then you'll be given an opportunity to ask a question. I know value was added, and of course, definitely we can push up ourselves together. Okay, any question from anyone, please? You have a question, quickly put up your hand. Some people call me. They have issues when they were trying to register. Okay, I think I'll just show that. Many of you, I recommended that if you are staking your, Tron on the Tron lending, one of the easiest two major wallets I recommended. I didn't recommend Trust Wallet because somebody was chatting with me. I don't know what we were doing on Trust Wallets. Obedience is very, very important, everybody. Now, I said the two major wallets I recommended were Tron Link and Token Pocket. And lovely enough, some of us who have been in Plan B for more than 2, 3, 4, 5 years, some went back to their Token Pocket and saw that they have Tron that asked them to buy about 3, 4 years ago. And I think we even stake. Yeah, we stake on Tron Token Pocket there. And then instead of looking for fresh money to start buying maybe USDT buy Tron, they just use that. We have another person who was talking on one of the meeting we had, and they were like, please, I've forgotten, I don't know have my password of, I have a Tron Link wallet, but I do not have my password. How do I go about it? And then say, okay, do you have your seed phrase? And one thing I heard him mention was that, that's the first thing this man always warn us. The moment you open your wallet, quickly you have to go and write down your seed phrase and all of that. And he said he had it. While we're still in the Zoom meeting, he said, wow, hooray, he got it and all of that. I'm sure that was the token he was able to stake as fast as possible. And that's one of the things you do. So for today, I recommend Tron Link wallet. And now if you are using laptop, there's something about the thing Mr. Spiti was sharing with me the other time. There's something about laptop. I know that some of you are mobile, you are busy and all of that. As long as wallet you have is available both on laptop, on desktop, which is like web, and on mobile, I will always advise you when you want to do anything like staking, farming, open your laptop wide and use it. In fact, one of the lovely things I've enjoyed and I saw on the my daily choice we just registered and through the Arcas X was that the kind of trading platform they use is called Trade Locker. And I saw that the Trade Locker was both mobile and desktop. I say, glory be to God. I'm going to be using that because I can see everything very well. So now look at it. Just do one experiment on the Tron lending because some people were chatting with me privately. What you do is that number one, you're going to have a Tron Link wallet. And very simple. You look for money, buy your, what's it called? Buy your Tron, or you collect from anywhere, whichever way you get it. You're going to deposit in here. For instance, you click on receive, right? You click on receive and deposit in the Tron you want to deposit. Minimum you can lend is 500, all right? So, but to be reasonable, maybe 3,000 or 20,000 could be reasonable for you, depending on what your capacity. I'm not telling you what to do anyway, so it's your choice, right? Now, once it's deposited, okay, very simple. You're copying the wallet, the link on the PDF, or if you're on our forum, the link, I think I still even reposted this evening, and then you click on it. And once you click on it, this is what's going to happen. When you click on it, automatically it synchronizes, all right? Automatically, it gets synchronized into your Tron link, but ensure that your Tron link was logged in before you copy, and then so it's going to pop up this way and it's connected, right? So very simple. So what am I expected to do? Very simple. First thing you want to do is that you want to go to asset. So we want to go to assets. So if you go to assets, now when your network is not strong, when you click, it will take you back, don't bother. Now you go to asset, the next you want to do, make sure that the Tron is already in your wallet. Now you click on recharge. And when you click on recharge, it asks you all of these. Now you do not even need to copy the wallet like before. It's synchronized, look at it. Payment, whatever Tron you have in your wallet is going to show. Then you click on it and just click payment. It allows us ask you to confirm and all of that. That's all. You do not need more than this. And then you are ready for your lending. And then after that, you come back to mining machine. That's where you want to lend out. What you are doing is lending out to receive reward and then not leasing, because if you want to lease, you want to hire and then you lock your Tron so that to reduce transaction fee that you'll be paying, right? So when you are doing this, you probably have to allow your network to be strong. If your network is not strong, you can waste some time. So once that come up, so I just want it to come up, I can refresh. When it come up, then you are now renting out your throne, and then you'll be making passive income every day, right? So you can leave it to be accumulating, and then at interval when you want to withdraw, the same thing, just to click. You don't need to impose, because the moment you connect, your wallet is attached. So somebody now who maybe you have access to my, or you can't remove my wallet, you can't change my wallet. It's already captured. It's already screenshot and pinned. So as it's pinned there, you can't click to edit. So if you have access to me and click withdraw, you can't have a place to input your own wallet. It's going to go to my wallet straight away. And that's exactly what's happening, okay? So I think that should be enough, because I think it's wasting my time. Okay, so thank you very much, everyone. I'm sure this should be very simple enough, and we should be able to, if you have any challenge, you can go back to those videos I've done and watch. So any question? All right, congratulations. So please, let's get ready. Those of us, especially those of you who are on any of our forum, you're on low gem platform, you're on light portfolio, you're on private mentorship, please don't take it, don't be casual about things. There's so much money to be made, but I told you, and I'll still say it, expect more manipulations, expect more a kind of propaganda, a whole lot of things. One of the things I pray for most of us is that the Holy Spirit will help us to understand that this world of financial activities, it's a game of interest. I think I was having a chat with somebody in the afternoon, and I was telling him about opportunity in this space, that the people I pity are new people who do not understand what's going on. Why? Because by the time there's a propaganda sponsored by government or by anyone, and they get afraid. I've had a situation where somebody ought to start his crypto, I think 2017. And then when the propaganda of, number one, Jamil, that is the CEO or chairman or whatever of, was this popular, JP Morgan, tweeted that was the time we're going to have a hard forks of Bitcoin. And then that was the time we have pump of Bitcoin. So beginning of the year 2017, Bitcoin was at $800, $900, and then ending the year at $19,000 plus. Now, as at August 2017, the price was at 3,000 plus, and then when he tweeted, Bitcoin is a bubble, it's rubbish, it's going to bust, and all of that, and then people were to come to my office to buy Bitcoin that time, called me and said, yeah, sir, we're not going to be making it again. It's not possible, yalla, yalla, yalla. Something came up. I told some of them, nothing came up. You've only been afraid that because somebody, JP Morgan and all of that, and then Nigerian government or US government, different people. I say, what you fail to understand about this is that there are things I would not be able to say on earth. I'm sorry. But what I will say about this, I said, how do you think somebody territory is being leaked out or can be penetrated in by to people who are meant to be a subject to them? How do you think they will leave you like that without contending with you? I said, this is highly scriptural and spiritual. I said, why don't you ask when God said, I've given you the land, Sihon and Amorah and all that, I said, but contend within the battle. So usually God, why do you give me the land as we start fighting again? So how do you think that these people will look at you and all of that? Like what is happening right now? Yeah, arresting the CEO of Telegram and all. You thought it's ordinary and all of that. It's not. And the man said, oh, I'm not going to buy. Okay, no problem. I have nothing to lose. You buy, you don't buy. It's not my business. And then as at that August, Bitcoin, when it was just doing so, boom, Bitcoin slumped from $3,800 back to $1,800. Look at it. That was the time another man came to me, sir, you're teaching, I enjoy it. Please, I want to buy Bitcoin. I just want to hold because you told us that the first thing is to how to buy and hold. I said, yeah. And then I said, but you got the education right. He said, yeah. I said, now, this is the mentality you should have. We are buying into Bitcoin now. Any amount you use in buying is the cost of Bitcoin. But what you actually purchase is the liquid landed property, which is the volume of Satoshi. So, and I was able to help that man to buy about 9.8 Bitcoin at $1,800 per one. And then I told him, I said, you are going to lock this Bitcoin up for the next 5 years. Whatever happened to it, no problem. But this is the point. You can wake up tomorrow and the price of Bitcoin go to $100 per one, and you have 9.8. 9.8 Bitcoin multiplied by $100, whatever I give to you is the worth of your Bitcoin at that time. But please take note, you bought it at 1,800. That's the cost of your Bitcoin. Now, it has gone down to $100. That's the price at that time. What happened to you? What has happened to you is that your assets you bought have depreciated in value. So what can I do? The simple thing you do, you wait until the price appreciates. When? Maybe not now, but for a long time, you're going to recover. And then I said, because what you have done is that you have 9.8 Bitcoin. That's your asset. Now, you can frown and be angry if you come any day and you see that instead of 9.8, you are having 7.2. And then you should be angry. Now, what happens? Somebody has stolen it. But there are ways of that your token to be stolen. Two major ways that token can be stolen. Number one is either you expose your detail and you are careless about it, somebody log in and pick your Bitcoin. That's number one. Number two, out of stupidity of not learning how it works, you can pack this Bitcoin and go to exchange platform, maybe Binance or anywhere, and start saying you are trading it. So in the process of you trading it, you may see that, okay, that money at $1,800 per one, if you look at it logically, 1,800 per one, okay, sorry, let me take it this way. I'm sure there's a learning you will get here now because many of you will look at, oh, I bought Bitcoin, the price is crashing. Hey, my God, oh, come to our rescue. Oh, that's ignorance. Now, so $1,800, right, multiplied by 9.8. So they might actually use $17,640. So let's say you use $17,800, whichever way, because of transaction fee and all of that. Now, Bitcoin, it unpack this 9.8 Bitcoin and start trading in on Binance. You sell low, buy low, sell high, buy low. At a point, instead of buy low to sell high, it will buy high and sell low. That's what normally happens. Don't get it twisted. Now, eventually, he's going to be seen, and there was somebody I mentored to who bought 0.65 Bitcoin at $3,000. So that means the price of Bitcoin has gone up that time. Yeah. So 0.65 Bitcoin, 3,000. Okay. So yeah, that should be around that. Okay. Now he was trading, and then eventually, after some time, the $3,000 was $3,750. And he kept jubilating. My mentor, thank you. I made money. My money now is $3,750. I make $750. I said, oh, that's good. Can I see your activities? And we open the Binance. Now, Binance have a record of what we call trading volume, every exchange. Trading volume is that the frequency, the rate of turnover, the activities you have done. Now, the volume, that is, he buy, $20, he sell, $25, he buy, $100, he sell, 101, he buy $1,000 worth, and he sold it at 800. So it's still volume. And when we check cumulative volume, was that he has traded up to 1.7 Bitcoin. Yeah, he has traded up to 1.7 Bitcoin. That's the trading activities. Now, when we now checked, the money was $3,700. Now, I went to the asset. When I went to the asset, instead of this 0.65 Bitcoin, what I saw was 0.38. 0.38. I was happy. You know, he has wasted his energy, headache, and all of that. 0.38. And the money was $3,750. What? What is this? So if you look at it, $3,750, right? Divide by 0.65. Okay, so the price of Bitcoin was $5,700 that time, right? So now, oh my goodness. So instead of, okay, yeah. So instead of the price had gone up at the time, this is the price when we're buying it. Now, the Bitcoin now was at 0.38. So that's about, so that's about $3,750, right? Divide by 0.38. Price of Bitcoin was at $9,868. Now, so these, right, these multiply by 0.65. His money, if he has not even traded at all, the money will have been $6,414. Not just trading it, just hold it. That would have been more honorable. And I told her, I said, madam, you have not gained anything. You have only wasted the resources. And they were looking at how. He said, no, I spent $3,000. I said, that was the cost. What you bought was not $3,000. You can see now, this is scriptural. Why? Until a seed of corn, a wheat of corn, a seed of corn fall into the ground and die, it abides alone. Now, what that means, the $3,000 is that seed that was supposed to die and bear fruit. Now, it was looking at that $3,000 as money. Any money you are bringing into the investing, buying coin and all of that, they are seed that are meant to die. So you take your mind off the $3,000. Your target is that the coin, which was 0.65. So now this same man, this other man, who we bought $17,640, that was the cost, and that's the seed that had died. So what he has was the 9.8 Bitcoin. Now, guess what happened? The coin was kept and the price of Bitcoin was pumping. Because I told him to keep it for 5 years, we lost contact, he traveled and all of that. Now, the coin was in his wallet. When the price of Bitcoin went to that 19,000, he was not aware. Yeah, he was not aware. Now, the coin went to 19,000 something. He was not aware. So that means, as at that time, let's look at it. 9.8 Bitcoin multiplied by $19,500. That was about $191,100. That was investment that was done in August 2017. December 2017 was already worth $191,000. Now, guess what? What was the instruction given to the man? Lock it for 5 years. And see, he was not following up. It was not his fault. He has looked at it. He asked me to lock it for the next 5 years. Let's see what happened on it. That was not his fault. But if he was coming closer, there's a way he will have learned something. It's about cycle. Because at that 2017 December, that was the top of the roof. He was meant to have sold out the Bitcoin at that time and wait for the next bear market to buy back. And I remember, I think I was in conference, and when the price came down to $15,000, and everybody was shouting, and I told them, no, the price I'm expecting this guy to come to is $5,000 and $3,000. And as God will have it, the price came down to $2,950. So that means instead of this, at that time, let's look at the man worth 9.8 Bitcoin multiplied by $2,950. $2,950. So his worth is $28,910. Now listen, it doesn't matter. That was after 2017, 2018, 2019 was around that point. And now, so when the man, if he come that 2019, his money is 28,000. It's not a bad deal. 17,640, and still having this. But where the price went to, where the value went to at the point was $191,100. He was not aware. Now, he didn't know anything because the asset was a liquid asset, and so he left it. It was the second bull run starting that he called, and that was 2020. Yeah, no, 2021, after COVID-19. You know, we're supposed to have the bull run experience in 2020, but the COVID-19 pushed it back again before we eventually have in 2021. So at the beginning of the taking off of the bull run proper, Bitcoin was already at $30,000. And he called me, oh, sir, it's 5 years now. What's happening? I said, who is this? He said, I'm this is a person. Oh, what's happening? I said, go and check. Because what I told him was that, hey, you know what? Laminate the seed phrase. You can keep one in your safe box and go to take it to the bank. Let bank be watching over it. In our place, oda agbado inu igo, oda wo moju fediye. So it means it now turn to the corn you put inside the bottle. No matter how the bird, or what do they call it, chicken, struggle for it, he will be looking at it. So he will be using his beak to hit it, and then eventually the corn is not good. That's exactly what to do to the bank. The bank, there's money in their custody they cannot spend. That's mystery. Right? Now, when he now called me, I said, no, go and meet your wife, or I don't know where you duplicated it into. He said, I don't know how to go and restore. He restored. Now, see what happened. The price of Bitcoin was $30,000. So let's go by this. $30,000. So multiply by 9.8. So 30,000. So that's about $294,000. Àìní sùúrù ló mú ẹjọ́ ló mẹ́rin ni ìyẹn wá dẹ̀bi. That is, impatient will turn you, instead of you to be discharged and acquitted, they will now find you guilty. Now, the man will have killed himself if he was aware that the money was $191,100 at a point and he did nothing. And I want to put to you, one of the things that have disallowed you to even have progress in this crypto is over knowledge. Some people know too much. And that's why you'll be pestering, just like you will turn to like a child who planted a corn. Every day he will come and open it. He thought he's doing good. He didn't know he's frustrating the seed. That's exactly what's happening to some of us. When you buy a coin now, it's dropping. Say, hey, the coin has rock pull, it has crashed. Immediately you finish selling it, the coin go up. And that will have been the coin that will have made you. But because you are like a child who always bring out the corn you planted yesterday, and until that corn will now get destroyed and dry off and nothing happened. Now, the man called me and they were like, okay, let me log in. When he checked, he saw this money and he screenshot and sent to me, sir, I don't understand what's going on. Because that's a man 5 years ago that invested $17,640 and he's seen $294,000. What? And he said, what is this? I said, what happened? He said, what I'm seeing, I don't understand. I don't believe. Where is it coming from? I said, sir, check. How many Bitcoin do you have? He said, 9.8. I said, that's your asset. He said, no, I'm seeing plenty money. I said, that one is the value of your asset right now. That's what it was. But it can come tomorrow and it drop below. And I said, can I put to you? Say, yeah. I said, are you aware that after 4 months after we bought this thing, are you aware that it worth 191,000? He said, what? I said, yeah. I said, now, this is where the learning comes from. If you have learned, maybe you have come, because that's why I want to tell some people, subscribe for private mentorships. They thought that just like we're looking for money from them. And then he said, what? I said, you will have sold and wait to buy at 3,000, even 5,000. So now, don't get it twisted. If the man has sold, let's say not even all, you can keep 1 or 2. Let's say the man sold 8 Bitcoin, multiplied by $19,500. That's about $156,000. Now take note, 2 things could have happened. The man will have gone to buy a car or buy and wasted the money and rubbish everything. Meanwhile, we're saying 5 years to financial freedom. But assuming the man was disciplined enough, he only used 56,000 because you can't stop him not to do what he wants to do. And 100,000 was reserved. And I told him, don't worry, the price of Bitcoin, we're going to meet it at 5,000 or $3,000. And now let's say when you go to 5,000, you felt like maybe you may not get to 3,000 and he eventually used 100,000 to buy Bitcoin. So $100,000 divided by 5,000. That would be 20 Bitcoin, right? Plus the 2 he remained, or just forget about the other one. That would be 20 Bitcoin. Now, the one, he wasted the other money, no problem. Now, the time he was shouting and multiply by 30,000. That would have been how much? 600,000. Now, so when at the time the price of Bitcoin get to 65,000 was when I asked him to sell 9.8 Bitcoin multiplied by 65,000. I'm sure this analysis will make somebody not to sleep anyway. Now, that's about 637,000. Now, listen, if he was following simple instruction, or he was maybe part of subscribe group, because I will tell everybody here, markets we're going to, just like when we're saying that if market get to this, that means we're going bearish, we're going back, and all of that. So assuming he had 20 Bitcoin multiplied by $65,000, that would have been $1.3 million. Now, listen, everyone, what I've just shown to you now, it's mechanical, but it can kill your patient. So you become impatient. And that's why the first thing you must look at when you're coming into this space is freedom. How do I achieve my freedom? And then you can be more mechanical enough to follow simple instruction. And it's on that note, when people come, we always say, partition your portfolio. Have you now seen now the people who are investors? If you call that man today and ask, what is Bitcoin, what is cryptography, what is market analysis, what is Fibonacci retracement, he doesn't know it. Ask the man now, how do you plot your chart? I'm not saying you shouldn't know it. How do you plot your chart? How do you place, where do you get the key levels? He doesn't know it. But after he sold, I think we bought back Bitcoin again. He bought Bitcoin back at about $19,000. Remember, I was telling us that our target was 17, 15, 12, 10, 9, and 5. Eventually, we stopped at 15. We couldn't get down. Then that means from that 19, we start ladder buying and all of that. Call the man today and ask, what is Bitcoin? He will tell you, all I know is that my mentor told me to buy and keep and sell it back again and all of that. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, I think this should help us to understand that when you sell some coin, it's not for family use. It's not for family use. Let me tell us, there are some problems that you think you are solving now. You are going to resolve the problem will keep you perpetually at a spot. It's better you let it hook you your neck. Ignore it. Because I've seen sometimes where we are trying to solve some problem, immediate problem, they will come back again, over and again, and eventually those things keep us at the point. And that just like when this promo that just finished on Aka's X, I was telling, I think it was me and Mr. Simplicity. I think I was even calling a guy because I just felt, this guy ought to have taken advantage of this opportunity. And then because I saw his detail and I had to ask him to like, it's important you take advantage of this opportunity, right? And then he said, yeah, it's okay. Try and make sure you get it. Why do I take advantage of it? I said, even if I have not started trading it, who knows what happened later? Does that mean I have the money readily available? No. Even if I have the money readily available, look at Tron Lending. There's no amount of money I can put in Tron Lending that will be enough for me. All right. And I have to was calling the person. He was not picking. I said, maybe this person will look at because of the referral bonus I was going to make. And that was why I was calling. I said, okay, let me just leave this person. Now, why am I saying this? Sometime when you are doing this and you have not actually settled down to say, first thing I need is freedom. And so when a coin moves, when you now sell, you are looking on how to leverage, because time will come, you will not have that opportunity. So the example of the account was that this is the account. Look at it. How much is this? 25,000. That's a challenge account. 25,000. That's a challenge account. So have I started trading? I don't even have time for that now. Right? I don't even have time for it now. I have to buy two. I don't have time for them now. So why? Because I know when I have time for it. And that's why I kept telling everybody in Plan B, I say, please, I'm begging everybody, because the time will come, I wouldn't have time to even cough to anybody. Maybe the people that we can easily talk will be people on private mentorship. Outside the video I will send out, I may not have that time. So that's exactly what we do on crypto and Bitcoin. And they will say, hey, take advantage of this, because in our place, so time will not just continue going like that, because it's time. God is a God of time and season. And so when we're supposed to leverage on things, if we do not do that, then it could pass. And then you now struggle for it, what you will have gotten on the platter of gold, but because we're not sensitive and all of that. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure this should be a very, very massive class. So what I wanted to do in the beginning was the fact that I wanted to show people how to buy and sell on Bybit, just simple spot buy, sell. But I think very many persons who come, it's like there was no new person who came, and virtually everybody who were around understand their way around the whole thing. And that's why I have to take this dimension. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for turning up. And then let's ride the market. Let's make the money. Let's help people around us. And of course, build yourself intentionally. Opportunity abound. I can tell you, I can be only on radio making insane money. I can tell you, okay, imagine what I can do on Tron lending. So imagine if somebody have lent about 50,000 on Tron lending. Let's say on the average is making about 400 Tron every day, right? 400 Tron every day. So in 5 days, the person will have make how much? About 4,000 Tron or 2,000 Tron. For 400 Tron every day multiplied by 5, that should be about 2,000 Tron. Now, I take this 2,000 Tron, I will go to Memcoin on Tron inside the same wallet, and I will buy. And it can do 100%. I will swap 2,000 back. I can return 2,000 back to the lending again and continue to, oh my God. That is, somebody can face only Tron lending and Tron low gem, that is Memcoin, for the next 4 months, and you'll be a surprise to yourself. That's another secret I'm giving to some persons. Okay, so thank you very much. Do have a nice time. Sleep well. Let's make money. Let's help people around us. And be careful of people you jump around, because hype is so much in the space right now. Bye for now.